Malacañang welcomes the latest International Monetary Fund forecast on Philippine economic growth for this year. IMF sees the country's economy to grow 6.8% in 2017. Rocky Ignacio reports.
The Philippine economy is on the right track, presidential spokesperson Ernesto Abella said this after the International Monetary Fund or IMF has raised its Philippine growth forecast to 6.8% GDP growth this year. The IMF stated that vibrant economy will be maintained by implementing measures such as proper fiscal spending, tax reform, and more infrastructure projects.
The IMF raises the Philippine growth forecast. We welcome the latest forecast by the IMF on the country's growing economy. According to the International Monetary Fund, Resident Representative Shanaka Jainath Perez, the Philippines is expected to maintain its strong GDP growth momentum registered in 2016 into 2017 at a pace of 6.8%. We can achieve the growth as projected by the IMF through increase in infrastructure spending and implementation of a comprehensive tax reform package, which will create more jobs, ease the cost of doing business, and reduce poverty incidence rate.
Abella added that more investments are an indication of economic stability.
The Philippine socio-economic landscape continues to show great improvement, and policies are being set in place for a sustainable economy and society.
Abella cited that efficient system in banking and in revenue-generating agencies like the Bureau of Internal Revenue and Bureau of Customs.
We'd like to share with you a few points. Number one, more foreign banks are entering Philippines this year. As reported by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, there are more banks that have expressed interest to come to the Philippines. They will not only provide competition to local lenders, but also help potential investors from their own jurisdictions to set up shop here. These banks may operate in the Philippines as a branch or a wholly owned subsidiary. Also, there are improvements in BIR, BOC in place as part of the tax reform measures. In the BIR, Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez III said the agency has started expanding its large taxpayer service to cover the top 3,000 corporations, accounting for 75% of total tax revenues.
President Rodrigo Duterte already met prominent business leaders in Malacañang last night.
Also, the President had dinner with some Taipans last night. A group of big business leaders met with President Rodrigo Duterte last night over dinner. The meetup was facilitated by Presidential Advisor Joey Concepcion. He was PA on entrepreneurship. In order to enroll them and to bring them on board to the government's agenda of inclusive growth. The open discussion touched on many topics: federalism, contractualization, job creation, and tax reform. The President reiterated that he was all for job creation to uplift the people's well-being. The 1-hour meeting was extended to 3, and in the words of PA Joey Concepcion, everybody walked out extremely happy.
For PTV News, Rocky Ignacio.